my marvellous sausages, we've got a new quest that's dropped this week, and it's cool because we've got something to do at last for the final 2 weeks before Heresy drops. Now, you go to the Drifter to start it all off. You pick up a quest called Packed Lunch, and then you'll also see on his screen you can pick up as well 4 other quests. Now, what we'll do is we'll have a look at these quests and the fastest way to get them completed, and then we'll go to Eris because she's the one who holds all the goods this time round where we go to get our rewards, okay? So the quests themselves, once you complete each one of these steps, you'll get a reward of Bento tokens, which is a new currency, I suppose, that you can use to go and purchase things from Eris. If you were around last year during Season of the Wish, we had a similar thing called Riven's Wishes. It's much the same format as that, but of course we've got different rewards this time around. So if you pick up the 4 different quests from the Drifter, you've got, I nearly said martial mementos then, marital mementos, a dubious bento, nightmare lunch, and the stuff of legends, and packed lunch as well, okay? Now, packed lunch rewards you with the Chatter White shader, which is a bit of a sexy thing, and we haven't been able to get this in the game for absolutely ages. But if you look, you've got to get 5 Bento box completions in order to pick that up. So that doesn't mean earning 5 Bento tokens, it means completing 5 of these quests. Now, you can't fail to have noticed that we've only got 4 at the moment, where it seems like Zer will have some more when he drops by on Friday, and next reset as well, we'll get some more as well. So you'll be able to get those 5 pretty easily in order to get that Chatter White. So that's the first thing, so don't stress about that too much. Secondly, you want to pick all of them up at once. Don't bother picking them up individually, because what you can do here is do a few of them together, okay? Because they can kind of overlap. So the first one to have a look at is the martial mementos. So these are kills with the weapons of sorrow, okay? So that's either the Wither Horde, the Malfeasance, the Touch of Malice, the Whisper of the Worm, the Xenophage, or the Arbalist. Now, these can be anywhere at all, don't have to be on the moon or anywhere like that. So that's the first one. But what you want to do then is use those in conjunction with a couple of the others, because you can make progress on a couple of others while you're doing that. In fact, you can make progress on this one while you're doing one of the other 2. So we've got one called a dubious bento. Now, with this one, you need to collect 2 items, and I quite like this one. It's celery ones from Gambit. So just by killing Gits in Gambit, you'll see celery drop when you kill them. And then there's the century eggs as well. That's from Gits on the moon as well. Very easy to get, no problem at all to complete that one. And there's only 10 of each of those as well. And if you're doing that while holding the Wither Horde or the Malfeasance, that's nice and easy to do. Then you've got another one then, which is called Nightmare Lunch. Now, this means completing activities on the moon, and there's quite simply a winner of doing this. Just do Nightmare Hunts. It gives you 25 points per Nightmare Hunt. You only need 60 points in total to get that completed. So just run 3 Nightmare Hunts, and you'll have that one done as well. Now, you're probably not going to have the martial mementos done by then either. So you've got 2 kind of options, really, to get it done pretty quickly. You can go to the Harbour of Sorrow and do the Altars of Sorrow, rather, on the moon, which isn't too bad. If you're using your Wither Horde, you can get group kills by doing that. But you're sharing the kills with others, and there's area of effect damage and all that, so it might not go up as fast as you'd hoped. I kind of noticed it was just about 2 or 3 kills, and then somebody else would grab one. So it was quite prolonged, even if I was using Wither Horde. And another thing, using Wither Horde, you need, of course, your special ammo with that, and you can run out of that. So what I did was just pop to the K1 Revelation Lost Sector, which is in the same area there as Sorrow's Harbour, and just run that because it's a solo activity. You're not going to get anybody nicking your kills. I went in there with my Malfeasance because I enjoy using it so much, and basically at the end of one run, I had it completed. So that was really the quickest way to do that. Now, for the one that you need to do raids or dungeons with, you can see you've got to get 2 boss kills there, but it says raids have an enhanced completion rate. Basically, what that means is you've got to kill 1 raid final boss, okay? So if you've got checkpoints to do that, you can probably just nip in and do a raid and kill a boss that way. If you want to do dungeon bosses, you probably want to go to the Shattered Throne dungeon, okay, which is the one in the Dreaming City, of course, because that's probably one of the easiest bosses that we can kick in now, because we're are also incredibly tough and powerful. But of course, you may not want to run the whole dungeon. So I would recommend maybe using one of the checkpoint websites, the D2 checkpoint websites. I'll just put the link to that in the description below. But in case you want to go there, it's called d2checkpoint.com, and hopefully there'll be some checkpoints there for the Shattered Throne. It does change from time to time, but that's a handy way to get that one done. But no fear, if you don't want to do the raid and you don't want to do the dungeon, just wait until Friday when Zur comes out. He'll probably have some different ones that we need to do, which aren't raid orientated or dungeon orientated. Because like I said before, you're going to need 5 of these bento boxes in order to get your Chatterwhite shader. And don't forget as well, you can only earn a maximum of 8 bento tokens. So once you've done these 4, you can only do another 4 anyway. Do you know what I mean? And after the reset next week, you're not going to have this, and you're not going to have any problems getting that Chatterwhite. It'll be easy peasy to do. So here we go. You come to Eris and you start turning them in. That's my Martial Mementos one there. That's my Dubious Bento one there. And then we've also got my Nightmare Lunch one there. I haven't done the dungeon one yet because I wanted to do it pretty nipply quickly. Yes. Nipply quickly? What am I talking about? Right, okay, so you've got your bento tokens. Now you want to do is go in here and swap them for something. So let's have a little look at what we've got, folks. Now you can swap them in here for 1 bento token and get you Ascendant Alloys or Ascendant Shards. I've got to be honest, don't really think much in turning it in for those, because you can get those relatively easily in the game. Your exotic ciphers you can pick up from a couple of places. You can get them from Rahul on the reward track. You can get them from Zur as well. You can also get them from your season pass too. So I wouldn't worry too much about those, but if you're desperate for them, well, no one's stopping you. If that's what you want, that's what you want to go for. Then you've got Spoils of Conquest here, which you can use to buy raid weapons. Now, you can only hold or buy 3 stacks of these, so that's 75 of these you're allowed to buy. You can't buy any more than that, which isn't enough to go and buy a raid weapon outright. You can see here, look, the Anarchy, for example, which is something that I want to particularly pick up. I've got 45 Spoils of Conquest, 75 from Eris. Won't cut the mustard with that. They cost 240 each time to get, look. These are different ones, of course. These are raid exotics. The Taraba there as well. So it's not going to get you those. Plus, you can earn these doing solo activities as well. I've done a video on getting Spoils of Conquest solo from a few places, but actually there are quite a lot more places turning up to get them solo, which do involve map glitches and stuff. Just type a search in for that on YouTube. You're going to find quite a lot of those around the place. I actually might do an updated guide on one of those, to be honest, because there's some really great weapons here if you don't raid. That you can come and buy directly here from the booth in the tower. Look, this one here, yes. Next, we've got mementos. Now, some of these can be picked up in-game pretty easy. They're always available is what I mean, pretty easily. Your Gambit, you can get by playing Gambit. Nightfall, you can get by playing Nightfalls. Iron Banana one, we've got Iron Banner active at the moment, so I don't know if it's worth getting that one, to be honest, because you might get a drop chance on that during play at the moment. The Lost Memento is from Festival of the Lost, which isn't active at the moment, but that does come around pretty regularly. They give them away quite willy-nilly. The Dawning one comes with the Dawning, so you know it depends. If you're really after one, and they are one use only as well, so you might really want one. Like I didn't get a memento one as well, a memento from the games. What's that one? Oh, your Guardian games. That one's Solstice there. So I don't have either of those, but you can only hold one at a time as well. So I've obviously got some of these. So if you want to buy mementos, of course that's up to you, but pretty much a lot of them are going to be available in-game as the year progresses. See, the things you want to be looking at, in my opinion, are stuff like this, although I'm not saying for you to buy these, of course, but these are the Artifice armors. Now, some of them are pretty good rolls, and some of them aren't so good, so you're going to have to pick and choose which ones you want, really, rather than going for the whole set, and the Hunters and the Warlocks all have different stats on them as well, so what you want to keep an eye out for, really, like, this isn't too bad, right? For example, these arms here for the hang on, I'll have to look at it here. The arms here for the Titan. So I've got a 20 in resilience and I've got 16 in discipline, which is what you kind of want for a Titan, really. 67 is a decent number. And then when you look at it here, what you tend to do then is you can stick in and top up an extra 3, or whether it's in your intellect, your discipline, or your mobility, recovery, resilience, and strength. So you've got to kind of pick and choose which ones you want, because that's a good one. That one is not so great. great because we've got a lower resilience and we've got intellect, and I tend not to go for intellect because you can charge your super multiple different ways. We don't really get one here for the mark, but of course you can add extra intellect or mobility points or whatever with it, so it still does serve as being useful and topping up your stats there. That helmet 64, that's quite bland. I wouldn't bother with that. That's mobility, and again mobility there for the Titan. That's not that great either. So, you know, the only one I would recommend to the Titan outright would be the gauntlets. We may as well look at the Warlocks. We'll have a look at the Hunters as well. We've got 65 there, 18 in resilience, 7 in recovery, and nothing particularly in strength. That's not great. You will be able to top it up, of course, with your Artifice armor, so you could top that recovery up, but not brilliant. 62, that's not very good either. What we're looking for is recovery in either discipline or strength. You got your bomb there, which is neither here nor there, really. 66, but a very average spread. It's a shame because you want spikes in irrelevant categories. So you want a spike in recovery. Oh, well, you know this. And then finally the boots there, 63, you got a spike. So it's the Warlock one isn't that good. However, like I say, if you don't do Master Activity dungeons, then you're not going to get Artifice armor at all, really. So this is perhaps your only option to get it. Or Xur when he decides to bring it, which is not very often. And here's the Hunter set. Look, 62, really good spike in discipline. It's not too bad, but it's pretty low. You're looking for 65, something like that, and you can top it up then with the Artifice bump. 62 again on the Hinterland vest. Mobility is quite low. I just got to be honest with you, folks. The cloak is the cloak. You can only get a +3 on that one. 64 there. That's not bad. Oh, it's intellect. Sorry. I thought I was in strength there for a minute. And then finally 62. Yeah, the Hunter seems to have the worst of the bunch there. It's the only one I can truly recommend are the Titan's arms, bugger. And then, of course, we go on to the weapons that are available to you. So the first weapon we've got available is the Cloud Strike. That's 3 tokens. That's the most expensive item here that you can get. However, you can get this in-game at any point, really. You've just got to do a few tasks in Beyond Light and then run nightmare hunts until it drops for you. Now, I know the drop chance apparently isn't that good, but I had mine drop reasonably quickly, and there is an RNG, like there's RNG with it, so it's a bit of a git. However, if you've tried it loads of times, you're sick to death of it, by all means buy it, but I can't recommend it because you can kind of get it in the game. These other ones, though, for example, here now, we've got the Cataphract GL3 Adept. This is a flawless reward for going to the lighthouse in thingy-majiggy, Trials of Osiris, okay? And it's a damn fine roll as well. We've got on it, we've got Linear Compensator, Alloy Casing, Envious Assassin, Bait and Switch, and we've got the 3 origin traits we can switch out there. It's got a Velocity Masterwork on it too. It's Strand, and it's Adaptive Frame as well. So it's a very good grenade launcher. I've used it a little bit myself, but I'm not an expert with it. But the experts do say this is a very good roll. Perhaps not the best roll you can get, but an excellent one nonetheless. And perhaps the chance only some of us will get to get an adept weapon. Plus, they're not really that expensive, are they? That's only 1 token. So I'm going to be buying this one, thusly. There we go, great. Then the next one we've got is the Igneous Hammer Adept. Now this is supposed to be utterly fantastic in PvP, and the roll on this is pretty good as well. We've got Fluted Barrel, we've got Fled Magwell, Fragile Focus, Precision Instrument, and we've got a range masterwork on it too. Like I say, it's Adept, so, you know, that's the only way you're going to get this if you don't do trials, or you haven't managed to go flawless like me in the 150 years that I've been playing it. So, so that's worth getting as well, and in fact I'm gonna get it. Hang on, sorry, I had to make space there. There we go, lovely. I'm grabbing that one as well. Now, it's not a big no-no really, but you can get a Riptide from Shaxx just by pugging up some engrams. I think it's 3 Crucible engrams, and then you'll be able to get a good roll that you want. I mean, it's not a bad roll. It's got Chill Clip on it as well. I love my Riptide. I think it's totally brilliant. And of course, when you buy this, then it comes with the enhanced perks too, or you can enhance them rather. But it's something you can earn in the game very, very easily. And because we've only got 8 of these tokens, maybe not the best way to go. But on the other hand, I like it. But it's entirely up to you. I can't really recommend that one. Yes. And then finally, we've got the Horrid Horror's Least Pulse Rifle. I made a mistake in my reset video earlier on. I said this was a raid weapon. It's not. It's a Grandmaster reward. So it's an arc pulse. Like I say, these are all fixed rolls. So these don't come with any random rolls. These are fixed. And the roll this baby comes with is kill clip, perpetual motion, accurized rounds, and arrowhead break. And we've got a stability master there as well. So I'm actually going to buy this one as well. And to the surprise of no one, I was full. I've cleared out. There we go. I've got my Horror's Least 2. So I've got no more tokens left, but I can have another 5, I believe. I don't really know where I'm going to spend them because I've kind of got what I wanted now, really. But there we go. There's a bit of an overview on the rewards for you and what might be better ways to spend your hard-earned tokens. Now, we'll see how this actually develops with Xur and what happens next week and if there's any exciting developments, but this is kind of it, I reckon. But, you know, it's not too bad. It's a good way to get adept weapons. Shame that Artifice armor isn't as high as it could be, but it's one of the only ways to get it, really, particularly if you don't do master level content. Let me know in the comments if you've got any other tips or any other recommendations for what to buy, because it's very handy so people can have a squiz and see exactly what's what. Right then, that's me done. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall speak to you all again very soon. Sausage out.